Did you know that by learning just 1,000 words, you'll be able to understand 80% of any language? That's the power of word frequency. And yet most people completely overlook it. Let me show you how it works and how you can make use of it. Languages are massive. If you have a look at the English Wiktionary, you'll find over 800,000 entries. Among those, we have words like AAFPRS, the American Academy for Facial, Plastic and Reconstructive Surgery. We have the name Agard, which is a Scandinavian surname, or Agard, a different spelling of the same name. There's even an entry for $$. But even if these odd entries inflate the total number of words, it's safe to say that most languages have well over 100,000 words. And that's an intimidating number. How are you ever supposed to learn all of these words if you start learning a new language? But this is where word frequency comes into play. Unless it's your last name, you probably won't use the word agar so much. But you do use words like you, I, or and all the time. This is what word frequency lists show us. They rank a language's words by how often they are used. An English word frequency list based on thousands of TV and movie scripts shows us that you is the most common word. Then at around position 100, we have words like very or by, and at position 500, we have the word side, for example. To see how powerful this is, we'll have to look at a graph. This shows us text coverage by word frequency. So if you know 5,000 words, you'll be able to understand 90% of any given text. But by only knowing 1,000 words, you already have a text coverage of 75%. This is the Pareto principle in action. Get 80% of the results with 20% of the effort. If you aim to know 5,000 words and you have already learned 1,000 words, you already have developed 80% of the understanding you need. So it seems logical to start your language learning journey with these high-frequency words, right? Unfortunately, most apps and courses don't take word frequency into account. I was looking for a beginner's Spanish course, and I found one from Allison. If you have a look at the course's structure, you see that in lesson 6, you learn things like colors and clothes, and in lesson 9, you learn about household items. But if we have a look at our word frequency list again, we'll see that the word yellow ranks at position 2,801, the word socks is at 3,814, and the word stove is at 7,442. Do you really think these are the words a beginner should learn? Probably not. So what should you do? If you pick a course, have a look at its structure and ask yourself, are these really the words and expressions I need? If not, skip it or find a better one. If you're about to take classes, it makes sense to ask your teacher about the textbook or resources they are using. Even if you have a good teacher, a bad textbook might slow you down tremendously. If you're studying on your own, it's possible to skip the lessons teaching you unnecessary or rare words. But most language learning apps don't offer that flexibility. And their issue is that they're not centered around word frequency. So if you want fast progress, these apps are not ideal. What should you do instead though? Choose a course that's actually built around word frequency. This is exactly how we designed our Languages on Fire Anki flashcard decks. We help you develop that solid vocabulary foundation with minimum effort. You'll be able to understand 80% of a language quite fast, and you get prepared for real-life conversations and native content. Our decks are available at our website. Check out the link in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.